Cats will always get eaten by coyotes, and birds will always get eaten by cats. And as long as we do things right, Earl, what? Yeah. People will always want something that they're not supposed to have. The attachment and detachment. Attachment is wanting your outcome to be the outcome, right? And detachment is letting go and letting the outcome be what the outcome is meant to be. Yeah. If you manipulate the outcome, your attachment destroys the capacity for the right outcome to become, forgive debt and trespass, love, all eternal, faithful, peace, share, care, given accordance to need, built to last. And you just got to be intelligent enough. Sorry, I was looking to see if that was an owl up on top of the transformer up there, or if it was just checking the birds. But you've got to be intelligent enough, okay, to understand reality and not be attached to your perception of reality that many times isn't meant to be, right? The Pope and the President replacing the Messiah with their egos and their projections of delusions of power and grandeur through elections, through money contest. How long has heaven been delayed because of selfishness of those people that want hell to be heaven? Right? That's wrong. Right? It's wrong to want your outcome to be the reality that is the right outcome. Okay. The kingdom of heaven is living truthfully, faithfully, the righteous way. Okay, I am the way, the truth, and the life. He doesn't say, let's get together and have a bunch of people, take all their money, bury it in a jar in the backyard, and then take the rest and bet it on the critter that does its business before we put it in the chute at Rio Dosa Downs or Sunderland Park Racetrack, right? Where does the Lord say that? Okay, so all you people that say you love the Lord, that he gave his life so I may live. He sacrificed his life to save my wretched self, you're going to have to save yourself from your wretched self and your attachment and your perception of what you think reality should be because of what you're attached to and what you want to win. Your team's the best and your team's going to win the last game of the year. And next year? No, you live in the Lord's Prayer. No one really righteously gives a shit who lives the last basketball or football game of the year, right? Because you shouldn't really righteously give a shit. I mean, it's all right, they won the last game. Oh, maybe we'll win it next year. Were you meant to win it? Or Michael Jordan's just a better basketball player than you, right? And you played games and games and games. It came down to the last game of the year and he beat you again. And that may happen 7 years in a row till you just quit trying and he gets tired. And then some other kid does it. Okay, but we're still not living the Lord's Prayer. We're still not living in the kingdom of heaven. We're still not loving each other in eternal faithful peace. And you still call Jesus your God, but you still disobey his love. Right? So your attachment was what keeps you from the kingdom of heaven. Do you understand Buddhism better now? Detachment. Detach from the outcome that you desire because you're selfish. Okay? And don't let your attachment destroy everything you need to live in the kingdom of heaven right here on earth right now. All right. Most of you people that think you understand Jesus Christ, that think you understand Muhammad of Mecca, that think you understand the meaning of the word Allah, that you understand the meaning of the word Jehovah, okay? Trust me, Rabbi Wolpe and Benjamin Netanyahu have not a clue, okay, of the meaning of the word Jehovah, of the meaning of the word heaven, okay? They are completely fucking clueless. You got to have a piece of paper certified by your rabbi that says you got to whatever, and then we need more money. And if we don't get the money, we're going to kill everybody that tries to manipulate everybody in this area. Yeah, Caiaphas, how's your Herod? Horrid, thank you very much. Yes, I know. We collected all the evidence, right? Now that we have quantum computing and we have hard drive, now we have evidence like, Natalie and Yorgev through Yorgev and Amy said, how do we know Jesus exists? We didn't have video cameras. Okay, in that case, how do we know dinosaurs exist? We didn't have video cameras. Okay. What are you saying? That Jesus is a dinosaur? I'm saying that your video camera is only good for video recording dinosaurs. How do you know what's happening? Like I tell everybody this story about with me and Bob when we went down to get his makeup. Okay? To do his modeling class. And Buddy goes, man, take an hour for lunch. I was like, shit, I'm going to get an hour for lunch. Let's go get a euro and let's go. So I go in there and Bob walks in and there's this beautiful black woman at the makeup counter at Robinson's May in Phoenix with her hair tied back and glistening and shining in the light and these dark black eyes that glisten and shine and mocha brown skin that just, looks like it looks like a copper penny, like Bill Russell said about the girl he crushed on in San Francisco when he was a kid, right? She's just really pretty, right? So I'm sitting there looking at her going, holy cow, she's gorgeous, right? And I'm dressed in my typical, Chivato look with my little white beater shirt underneath. And so Bob comes in and Bob's dressed like a mod, like one of the guys from Duran Duran, right? We walk up to the counter and Bob goes, so what do you think? You think I'll look good in this? And I'm like, oh shit, he didn't do that. I'm trying to vibe on this girl here. And he goes all homosexual like I'm his boyfriend and shit. So I joke around with him. I'm like, man, you sure fucked me up. Did you see how fine that girl is? He's interested in girls that look like Cyndi Lauper or Sharon Stone. So he doesn't even notice, when there's a gorgeous black woman, it's like, you didn't notice that I might notice that. Okay, Lola Falana, what is wrong with you? Okay. How am I going to make time with the Lola Falana looks like if you act like you're my gay boyfriend. Damn it, Bob, So we're sitting there, we joke around. We get behind the pillar that they have at Robinson's May near the makeup section. And they start talking about it. Say, oh my gosh, that's a shame because they're so cute. And it's like, how come every time they think we're gay, it's a shame we're so cute? And when we're straight, we're losers. Me and Bob are like both sitting there going, I think they just need a challenge. I think women are just as big of jerks as men are. I think so too. So we're sitting there and the pretty black girl goes, no, the Mexican guy, the boyfriend, goes both ways because he's really checking me out hard. He's bisexual. Okay. Bob steps out from behind the column. He bitch slaps me real hard. He goes, I can't take you anywhere, you fucking slut. So we start jumping in the air and playing while we're slapping each other. And, you stupid bitch. And then we knock over a rack of clothes, right? And so they call security, who happens to be a homosexual fellow who we party with at Buddy's house who's from Mexico named Chip, right? And we didn't know Chip was gay, but Chip comes running down because he's worried because two homosexuals are beating the shit out of each other and they've knocked over our clothing rack. So Chip comes down, oh gosh, man, how when we have these drama queens that are homosexual, how can we homosexual guys that are not drama queens, get past all the, the stereotypes of being a gay person, right? So he comes running down, right? Sees me and Bob. Falls down. He's laughing so hard. He's in the fetal position. He's almost going to pee himself. He's like, I thought it was something like that. It's you two fucking idiots. Right? So then the story, he goes to the janitor's closet, which is the bar. And there used to be the janitor's closet at Christown Mall, right? And he sits there and hears about how he got beat up by two faggots at Robinson's Bay. And she's shaking his head. It's like, no, it's with two idiots I party with that are the dumbest motherfuckers. They're so stupid. You wouldn't believe. But the story that went around was that two homosexuals got in a fight and beat up Chip, right? Which is not what happened, right? But that's what people choose to believe, right? So if you have a camera, video recording what's happening, how do you know it's Jesus sacrificing his life so you can live the Lord's Prayer? Are the Romans killing him to turn him into a pagan god that they use as their war god to get people to murder each other over magic real estate in the sky after they die? So even if you filmed Jesus being crucified in the first century, what makes you so sure that the story would be any different than it is today? Still a man hears what he wants to hear and disregards the rest. La 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 la. In the clearing stands a boxer and a fighter by his trade, and he carries the reminder of every glove that cut him down or cut him till he cried out in his anger and his shame. I'm Tyler Sheridan, I'm Kevin Costner, I'm on the Yellow Ranch, breaking my hand, punching bikers just the same. It's better than a broken heart. Owner of a lonely heart. Make it stop. I'm working on it. It's really hard. It's not easy. Okay. I thought it was going to be easy. They took me to Sierra Vista. You're the dude from the I've Always Known. Okay, well, what do you got to do? Just live the Lord's Prayer. It's not time yet. What the fuck? That's not an acceptable answer. Okay. So we have a problem. They're not Buddhist. Keanu Reeves is not Buddhist. Phil Jackson's not Buddhist. Okay. Judah Krishnamurti, okay, was the eternal line of the man that they call Siddhartha, the Buddha, right? And what Judah Krishnamurti said, he says, in India, you can sit there and they can ask you, no, how? I'm not having children. They say it's my sperm count. What do I do? And they will take a bird and they will take it to a statue and they will kill this bird into the statue and offer it to the statue and say, help, give me a better sperm count so I can have a kid. And Judah Krishnamurti says, are you wearing the tighty whities? Why don't you wear the boxer shorts? And they will, that's just crazy. And they'll go get the bird, kill the bird, put it to the statue and pray to the god of the rock. And he said, that's what Indians will do. Right? You can sit down and tell them it might be the fact that you're pushing your testicles too far up into your body and they're keeping too warm and your sperm count is too low because they're not hanging loose from the body to where they can reproduce better. It's just science. It's actual. It's factual. Yeah. Okay. So you're going to go kill a bird. That the cat could eat, and you're starving the cat there to make sure you get a higher sperm count because you're a crazy wackadoodle instead of a human being that understands faith based on reality, right? And that's what Krishnamurti, he'd say stuff like that, but he was a lot nicer in the way he says it. I'm very obnoxious and break it down to where it's like, okay, the dumbest asshole in a trailer park who swears Jesus is his war god understands exactly what I'm saying, and then I'm kicking his ass from here to eternity and back again until he straightens up and flies right, okay? Like Monkey with the thing with the Nat King Cole, straighten up and fly right. The monkey flying on the buzzard, right? To go drop bombs on people, bomb Iran. You think you're John McCain's ghost? Get the hell out of here, right? So you got to grow up. And when you look at what dropping bombs on people did to people, Tennessee Ernie Ford drank himself to death because he couldn't live with what he did. Well, he probably had him read the Book of Hiroshima. I think anybody who is the cause of the Book of Hiroshima through following orders, I'm writing this down in a cockpit, Mom. Don't scold if it isn't so neat. He came back, but he mass murdered 200,000 children for Wall Street, K Street, and Funk Street, and Funky Town, and Electric Avenue. In the streets there was violence. Okay, we got to run down to Electric Avenue, and then we take it higher. Got to move those color TVs, right? It's horrid, right? All the attachments you have to human success, human failure, human triumph, human, if first you don't succeed, try again. If you make me get this, Lord, if I get this onside kick, I promise I'll stop having sex with black men dressed like women, right? Then we watched that TV show, and Amy was sitting there at the part where the nerd kid, it was this TV show about these kids in college, and this nerd kid has a crush on this hot girl who's dating this guy who's a good-looking dumbass, right? Attractive dumbass. She goes and has sex with Adam Sandler, right? And the kid gets excited. They're going to break up, so I'm going to get her, right? And the guy gets there and goes, you had sex with Adam Sandler? Great, that's so cool, because he wants it. And Amy gets it. She's like, what? She's like, what? Where I'm a guy, like sitting there going, I was like the nerd kid saying, no, you had sex with Adam Sandler. Go have sex with Adam Sandler then. He ain't going to keep having sex with you. He's going to hit it and quit it. He just wants a quickie, no scratches, no hickeys. Players only love you when they're playing. Fuck. But on the TV show, Amy got it. She goes, oh, wow, you're going to have sex. So she's going to have dinner with Gershwin. He's going to have dinner with Gershwin by having sex with Gershwin's leftovers. And that's his touch with greatness. And you're like sitting there going, that's just fucking crazy. What if I'm a better person than Gershwin? What if I'm a better person than Otto Preminger and Harry Belafonte? What if I'm a better person than Dr. J and Michael Jordan and LeBron James? What if I'm a better person than Tom Brady? What if I won't sell pizzas, drugs, and cars so you can all live the Lord's Prayer and be free from the egotistical bullshit of the marketing of Tom Brady? He's the greatest. He's the GOAT. I totally agree. Okay. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. Okay. They all are. They're the Mount Rushmore of go buy the paint with cash and not with your credit card. I understand. Okay. These people are crazy. Okay. And then they point fingers at the, see how bad these people are. You still need more casino money to build a big giant arena for the high school basketball team. That's a better arena than the college basketball team. All right. Your casino gives you more money than the state. Yeah, to dictate and legislate. Get the fuck out of here. No way. Yes. Wow. That's weird, isn't it? It's bizarre. It's totally bizarre. Yeah. You have a population of 10,000 people, have a basketball arena holds 6,000 people, which they all fill up. Right? And it's a better basketball arena than they have at Northern Arizona University. They have to put a floor on the football stadium, and the roll is not nearly as good as the stadiums in the basketball arenas in Kayenta and what's the other one? Window Rock, maybe. Could be. Not sure. Wasn't paying attention that much, right? They got the big, video boards and the best this and all that, right? For their kids to play basketball, to feel like they're superstars while they're in high school. Because very few of them are superstars in college. Kodiak, yes, he played for NAU, and he was a fine shooter and a good ball player. But the best ball player, the two best ball players they ever had locally that played at NAU are Stephen Garnett, whose dad was a black man whose parents were black people, but from black people that played at the university, and Terrence Sims, who also was the son of I think Bruce Branch was also the son of he's from Flagstaff, was the son of a guy who played before that migrated there because of economics, not someone that migrated there because it was Donetta, right? So it's a thing. It's probably just a genetics thing with the food that's available and, what they have available and how they, as far as dancing goes, the food you have available, the resources you have available, and the animals and the way you have to survive the animals that are predators. So you have a different way of dealing with your predators. Okay. So what's perceived as athleticism and superior athleticism for games like basketball and football develop over time through the resources available, and the predatory behaviors and deal with the predatory behaviors evolve a lot better in North Africa than they do in Northern Arizona. Take the good, take the bad, take the rest, and there you have the facts of life. The facts of life. I have a lot of genetics through migration related to North Africa. That's why I'm so fast, and that's why I jump so high, and that's why the white boy shouldn't be able to do that. Well, we had to migrate away because you tried to kill me because I'm like King David, and you're like Pharaoh. Okay, so you got to understand. So if, you're Harold Nicholas and Fayard Nicholas, and you don't like the way you were treated, blame the face on the Sphinx. Okay, don't blame me. And Napoleon? Yeah, Ziggy Piggy. I'm not like Napoleon, nor the face on the Sphinx. Just because I physically resemble the murders on the walls in your halls of injustice through not living the Lord's Prayer doesn't mean I act anything like them. Just because Caiaphas and Herod were cousins of Jesus and probably physically resembled him. Okay? So how many of those portraits actually look more like Caiaphas and Herod and less like Jesus? Do you ever think about that? Like Albert Durr Jesus, when Albert Durr obviously is not Jesus, but we have lots of photographs and paintings of Albert Durr Jesus. And Lee Majors Jesus. My dad has one in there, the Mormon one. My mom called it the Lee Majors Jesus. That's Lee Majors Jesus. It does look like Lee Majors with a beard. They try to, it's like the whole thing that Watkins told me about was the joke thing about that, where the kid in Scotland painted a picture of Barack Obama and gave him blue eyes. And Michael Clark Duncan started laughing and thinking that's a compliment. That means the kid, it's probably one Obama doesn't deserve, but, the kid liked him and trusted him. So he made him part of the family. So he gave him blue eyes. Like, yes. Like Harrison Ford and Chadwick Boseman. I saw some kids playing ball. A white kid was wearing number 42. Yeah, I was 24. Dennis Johnson. Yeah. DJ. His mama was Mexican and his daddy was the ace of spades. Don't you hate that shit? I hate that shit, yeah. It was one of the most popular rock songs in the 1970s in Texas, yeah. Mexican Blackbird, yeah. They all call her Puta because no one really knows her name. Bet you Tyler Sheridan's daddy knows. What are you doing? Kicking ass because this place needs a clean up and I have to fix the technology all by myself. And if you don't like the way I get it done, then get up and stand up for a Lord's Prayer with me. All right, peace.